EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to North Carolina and the bustling city of Charlotte.
Because
we all know
you're incredible.
Stadium, the home of the Panthers. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers. Let's get this going. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson, Eddie Pinheiro to get it started. Off we go from a rainy Charlotte. The return team gonna let them.
Yeah. Yeah. What? That's right. That's right. That's straight though. Oh, you got long legs. I'm on my truck, right? Oh, what's your hand? That's good.
Oh, when the Saints go marching in. Oh, when the Saints go marching in.
It's been the home of the Panthers since 1996. Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. We welcome you to EA Sports coverage of the National Football League. Straight ahead.
Yeah. You got to pay the money yet?
It's the New Orleans Saints.
It's not a good day. I was thinking about doing it. I was trying to figure out. You really can call and get settled. That's all I say. You get them settled.
Let's get this going. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson, Eddie Pinheiro to get it started. Off we go from a rainy Charlotte. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
Settle. What happened is not good.
And he's going to be stopped up at the line to begin this ball game.
Like this defense talked all week about the importance of coming out fast.
No, because
this game the right way.
they was going to be used to the most of the defense across 3,000.
Yards there on that first play, and
So
more
you
about just
settle.
setting the tone.
Settle.
Hey, we're going to be here all day. We're
How
bringing
much you owe the first game?
They'll stick with him again. And he's going to be brought down.
So you get them to settle, take 600. So take the 6.
Call it a gain of 13. First down, New Orleans.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, New Orleans.
They'll stay on the ground. This time they're ready for it. Room to run the
That's just an idea.
Not this one. They stop him for no gain. Second and 10.
At the 47-yard line.
Williams in motion. On second down, here's Herbert. Throwing left side, and it's taken in by Williams.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Throwing is Herbert on third down. And that is incomplete contact, but no flags. Going to be fourth down.
I think that's
So on fourth down, on comes Michael Dixon to punt. So that one going to land out of bounds, and the official's going to mark it right at the 20-yard line. They'll run first carry of the game for Trey Benson. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
So you got summoned for fucking 3D. Yeah.
From the 21, here's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, oh, yeah, I think.
From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. He's got the 2021 Heisman winner. That's Devontae Smith. 10 yards the gain on the pitch and catch. It's good for a Panther first down.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
On the move, left is Benson. Inside the 35.
They always do.
Will score.
Just sit there.
Benson. Touchdown.
Same shit.
That's his 8th touchdown of the season. On now, Eddie Pinheiro for the extra point. No problem with the footing. The kick is good. And the Panthers will take a 7-0 lead. So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. On the return, it's Chuba Hubbard. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Williams in motion. Herbert now on first down. He's got his tight end, Mark Andrews. And he'll wind up getting about 7 yards as he is forced out of bounds. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 3. From the gun, it's Herbert. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. A gain of 16 yards. It's good for a Saints first down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. Now think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. Williams in motion. Throwing again, Herbert. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
This one batted away. It's incomplete. Good hands there in the end zone, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
The defender saw this the entire way, Mike. He actually ran the route before the receiver even got to his spot. I think they're fortunately this one didn't end up getting picked and going the other way.
Again, they'll throw with Herbert. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
Williams in motion. Herbert going to try to throw on 3rd down.
What the
Incomplete. Humphrey standing there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is 4th down. McLaughlin's kick is good. And the Saints are on the board. It's 7-3.
Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot, your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit. He does a great job here able to put that one through.
He'll be out of bounds beyond the 20
There you
yard line.
go. Oh, they got it down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Throwing now, Mahomes. That's caught by Smith on the right side. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Mahomes now to throw on 2nd down. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. He's got his man. It's Smith. And he's going to pick up the 1st down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
That's good for a Panthers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now give up the middle fencing. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. That's to Kraft, the tight end downfield.
Oh, come on, y'all. He falling for that. All the goofy shit, I'm falling for all the goofy shit.
Greg, that is a play we see often. It's also a play we see work very often.
Mike, that 4 vertical route, it puts a ton of pressure on the secondary. But in order to do that, you have to give your quarterback time for those receivers to get downfield. Give credit to the offensive line. That's exactly what they did. They're able to take advantage for the strike.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchdown. On 1st and 10, here's Herbert. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds. We are through 1.
And not, putting a lot of void years on contracts, not having a lot of money left over on books when players leave. So I give them credit for that. They've cleaned up the books tremendously, but you're just at a point now to where the way you were doing business, it was well and good to a point. But in order to hit that next level, I think you are going to maybe have to spend a little more money or just be a little more urgent in terms of what you want to add to this team.
Oh my God.
He was urgency in terms of offensive line during his postseason press conference, but defense is what I'm worried about. I think he's going to take the same approach with the defense, and that's where it's going to hurt us.
I hate that both sides of the line have question marks because I'm going to say it again. We're not watching the same game unless you realize how important trenches are.
Yeah.
We're not, and that's okay. Like I'm not even going to argue it anymore. Like if there's somebody out there that thinks that, I don't know, we put too much into that, we're not watching the same game, and I'm not even going to have an argument with you anymore. I'm just going to tell you flat out you're wrong.
Yeah.
All right? And if you want all my examples, just look at Super Bowl champions, and that's my case. But I feel the same way. I hope I'm wrong, but I think that they're going to go into this season with the same formula that they've had on the defensive line.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. Brad even said as much at the podium, so that's unfortunate. And I mean, when you look at it, like yesterday, I was saying, as far as interior defensive tackle, it's not the worst in terms of what your starters are. You got Aleem McNeil. We know what Aleem's capable of. You have another year of Tyleek Williams. Hopefully he gets better, but I have no doubts that he will. Like, he wasn't the worst rookie this rookie season.
Exactly.
Top end, you're good there, and then you have Hutch, so that's good. But as of right now, I don't think you have a starting caliber edge on the opposite side of Hutch. And for all
I don't know what is going on, man. Come on.
They will start Marcus Davenport over AQM. We will come in on passing down. But Davenport was the starter. Let's be real about it. So,
first down throw.
Yeah, I don't think you have a starting caliber edge.
Woo! That nigga!
That's where you have problems. You have Levi on Tariq.
Let it go!
But he's
Hey, rookie! Pressure!
Troy Lopez, no telling where the leaders are.
No way he came. Oh, that nigga came up. Relax.
For a long time, he's got to make better decisions. Costly mistakes like that.
It sends a goddamn shiver down my spine.
Oh, hell no. Hey, yo, what the fuck? Yo, this shit is crazy.
Yeah.
That's all it
I'm
is.
getting smoked here, man.
Of defense that you played.
Oh, shit.
Come on, you can't. You got to have some man pressure. Yeah,
You are.
I can't manufacture pressure with a man defense.
Don't make sense to me, and unfortunately. But again, like this is maybe going back to the top of this conversation with people's feelings about Brad. And again, if there's somebody in the chat that you really want Brad gone, I mean, I can't tell you you're wrong in your opinion. I just don't understand it. KG, the shoes we're sitting here right now, there are people that get mad at us going, man, why are you guys always talking about, like, the Lions pass rush? I mean, didn't you look at the numbers? Statistics are cool and things like that. You know there are people like that. And it's like, yeah, it's great. It's game and buckets. It is. But we didn't watch the same season. If you think to me that was good, we didn't.
And if our pass rush was so good, why are there conflicting stats out there? Like, yes, we were fourth in sacks, and I don't know what the pressure numbers was, but we were last in the league in giving quarterbacks time in the pocket. Make that make sense. You're fourth in the league in sacks, but you're giving up all this time to quarterbacks in the pocket.
Lack of consistency.
There it is.
And I'm sorry to do it again.
It's much like the scoring. The Lions are the top 3 scoring offense in the NFL stat when the offense week to week looked putrid, and we know it did. The offensive line was banged up throughout the year. Yes, they were able to put up points on occasion, but we're talking about against bottom feeding teams that they were able to do that.
Great point, because I remember the day after they made the change with Johnny Moe.
Yep.
Part of my job is I have to play devil's advocate sometimes. Okay, and I've made a point to say, look at the numbers. Look at the numbers that they put up under Johnny Moe. Was it as bad as we made it out to be? The answer is probably not. Was it an issue with what we have?
They don't have.
You're damn right.
Okay, I gotta switch that shit up.
You're damn
they
right.
got. I mean,
especially when your goal is to get back to the playoff and win multiple games in the playoff. Yes. The lack of consistency on both sides of the ball is a
bullshit. I got too many weapons.
Johnny Moe was good.
They did.
I brought him up, and I remember that day I even said, hey, guys, in the interest of being fairness, Look where the Lions rank across the board in these numbers. But at the same time, if you watch the whole game,
man, this nigga, all right, bro. They making this shit harder than what it is.
Halfway through the year,
y'all letting this nigga bump off the line.
Anybody that was like that was arguing, because there were people arguing, oh, well, look, the offense is still good and all that. Yeah, the numbers look the same, but all right, in 2024, the Lions scoring offense was the best in the league.
Oh yeah, I can't do shit, man. They are dropping every pass.
The 2024 and the 2025 Lions offense, not even fucking close. 100%, not even close. So these stats can be misleading, and I do get that, you know, they are able to still put up points, and that's all well and good. But the offensive line was not good enough.
Then he throw a fucking, he said,
not good enough. And in turn, that also affected the pass game and what Jared Goff is able to do. And at times when the pressure got to him, you saw him not look good. So everything, to me, it's a domino effect. Everything affects the other thing.
I couldn't agree with you more. The lack of consistency on both sides of the ball. The whole Jared Goff thing, I'm sorry. I hate wading into these waters. It's the exact same conversation for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
I don't know. When you protect Jared Goff, he is one of the most lethal quarterbacks in the world.
There are numbers to back that.
He is a surgeon. He will legitimately pick you apart, okay? When you pressure Jared Goff, he isn't like that. And I know, gosh, I feel like I'm in the Woodward chat right now, KJ. I'm sorry. Like this is now it's at the point of absurdity to me. Like, it's okay. I'm happy he's the quarterback. You know, when I build a football team, you know what I want to do? I want to put players in position.
That's a fumble.
What's the best way to let them shine, right? Just like people around here. People around here. Hey, KG, I want you to break down the Atlantic Division for me in the National Hockey League. I disrespect you.
Right.
Right? Yes, and you know what? Conversely, hey, Sean, why don't you talk to me about the Central top and bottom of the NBA? The Pistons are really good, right? So, you know, you put people in positions of comfortability, right? What is the best way I am going to maximize Jared Goff's skill sets? I'm going to protect his ass.
Yeah.
I'm going to you want to protect every quarterback, right?
It's common sense.
Captain Obvious here. I'm Sean Bellinger for protecting your starting quarterback, okay? There is more of an emphasis on doing that with Jared Goff because while still a good quarterback, and he showed that last year, okay, he is absolutely next level when you protect that guy.
Yeah.
He proved it.
He did.
What more evidence do you need?
But even Jared Goff, and he had his best statistical year with the Lions last year, I believe. Even with all that, there were moments throughout the season where, you know, Jared Goff, he didn't look good, you know, in games down the stretch. But what were those games? What did they coincide with? The pressure, the offensive line, the interior getting beat up, miscommunications, Tate going this way, Christian going that way, and it's parting like the Red Sea. So it's common sense to this point. You have to protect Jared Goff, and that's where you do give the Lions some flack. And what you put out last year was not good enough. And, you know, the Frank Ragnow thing, we all know you can't replace.
Oh, you lefty?
We heard that to hell and back. I don't want to see that same situation this year with Taylor Decker. Like, you know, Taylor Decker has one foot out. Like, you gotta prepare for these things. You have to do a better job in fielding that. So
we're all guilty going back to the first game of the season. And I remember sitting in here that morning just going, wow, I didn't expect that. We're all guilty of not looking at that and saying to ourselves, is this a sign of things?
Yeah. Well, some people did. Some people were in the panic mode right away.
Yeah.
You try to give a team a benefit of a doubt through a 17-game season. So for once again, the Nostradamuses out there that knew before us, congratulations.
But you know what? I can say in retrospect, and there are some people who say that, like, you know, there's something to do that. But the teams in our division do. Look what Minnesota did twice. Look at what Green Bay did, right? I mean, you're just talking about not putting up the numbers that we're accustomed to. You know, there's like, we're coming up the middle, stop us. We're coming up the middle, stop us. You know, and that's really what it comes down to.
Close to the 45-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Bale runs. Here's Benson.
Who the fuck is? You let the nigga get outside you, nigga.
For once and for all, this tape conclusively proves that Brock Purdy is him. If you don't like energy, click away. If you don't like the truth, click away. But if you want the truth of Brock Purdy, here's a conclusive breakdown of Brock Purdy's 2025 season, showing you everything you need to watch. Maybe the most important video that you will see on Brock Purdy. I'm showing you all of his touchdown passes. Okay?
Oh, how the fuck do y'all fall for that? You already had him.
Purdy is a phenomenal creator when things break down. I was arguing with Sean McCoy all season. Because Shady would say, hey, but Matt Jones plays more on time than Brock Purdy. Sure, but the game of football isn't always played on time. It's played like this. First we take away. Christian McCaffrey, second we take away. This dude is playing. He doesn't make a play. Right downfield. Now we're looking back. I'm downfield. We wanted to throw that. Never wanted to throw it. Keep working. Keep working. Keep working. Give your receiver a chance, and he doesn't get it. And that's a backup tight end, I believe, on Tariq Woolen. Give your receiver a chance, and he goes and gets it. But this is all because Brock Purdy said, not that I'm going to avoid a risky throw. I'm just going to make the safest risky throw possible. I thought that sounds dumb. All right, think about this for a moment. Never made that throw. That's an unsafe risky throw. So what the hell are you talking about? Boom. Could have made this throw. He's coming back up. He can take it to the crib. Just to cut it right here. An unsafe risky throw. The game of football is about risk. There are always risks on every single play. But can you mitigate the risk by throwing it as high as possible to a 260-pound dude on a 210-pound dude? That is Brock Purdy. Let's let these plays roll, baby. All right, time out, people. Look, Prize Picks is America's #1 sports app. And get this, this is the easiest way.
Why is he the nigga doing
game. Look, here's how it works. You pick more or less on 2 or more players while watching a game. And then you just lock it in. No spreadsheets, no nonsense. And yo, if player picks aren't your thing, you can also pick teams now. Winners, spread.
Bro, what is going on? Why the fuck did they let the
California,
I nigga can't even move out the pocket?
And Florida, new users, only one code. That's code Speakeasy.
He been beat the nigga off the line. That's what I don't get from this game. He been beat the
lineups. Y'all know the Prize Picks. It's good to be right. I love film, y'all. I love film because a lot of people are going to tell you who Brock Purdy isn't and what Brock Purdy can't do. I'm going to show you all the things he can. Okay, right now, why did they just send McCaffrey in motion? They want to identify, are the Cardinals in man, or are they in zone? I want to teach you some things while I'm here. We're here to watch the tape, the whole tape, and nothing but the tape, so help us God. No Cardinals defender moved when Christian McCaffrey went in motion. That means the Cardinals must be in zone. Okay, Brock Purdy, do you have a check if they're in zone? Hey, I'm checking it. I'm checking it. I'm checking it. What? In the huddle, Brock Purdy probably has, hey, if they're in man, play it. If they're in zone, hey, alert, 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 get out of here. Take it back to the top. Oh, I love this stuff. I love this stuff. I love this stuff. I love this stuff. McCaffrey, he goes in motion, nobody moves. Looks like they're in zone. So Brock Purdy, hey, alert, 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 alert.
This guy just seems
I'm going to run probably a zone beater. Single high safety, zone coverage, cover 3 beater. Boom, I'm throwing the dig. Look at Purdy's eyes. Look at where he works first. Purdy's working to that side first. Boom, wait a second. They're not in hold drop. They're in man drop. They're in man coverage. Okay, now where's the man beater? Kittle one-on-one, fade ball. That's all the stuff that a quarterback has to process during the course of a play. Absolutely incredible by Purdy. Same game, 34-10. Let it rain, let it rain. Once again, 5 receivers out.
Oh my God!
Purdy not afraid to step in the goddamn pocket. Look at this. Look at this. Steps up in the pocket, delivers it. Let me show y'all a better angle. Y'all know here on this channel in the Speakeasy, I can give y'all angles, footage. You're not going to find it elsewhere. Look at the confidence Brock Purdy displays. I'm not dropping deep. I'm stepping up into the pocket. I do not care that there's chaos around me. Doug, remember this season he played several games without Kittle. All the games without Bosa. Several games without Warner. No games with Ayuk. This was the year that Brock Purdy proved I am him. Period. Let's go. Seven. Condensed split. I'm thinking outbreaking routes.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and say there's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception. But in this case,
that's a
it's
ball,
the first
man.
half. You have the rest of the game.
You gotta love about Purdy. Purdy not going to sink too deep in that drop. I'm staying in that pocket because I ain't a punk.
They got to be a lot more careful.
Then I'm throw that dart. Then I'm going to whip it before Grant Delpit can fall off of George Kittle and get into that passing line. I'm going to throw that dart. That's a dart. That's a dart. The dart, but look. Look at the comfort of Purdy. Oh, I love this. I love this. I love this. This pocket, it's like, this is chaotic in here. Chaotic. The reason I say it's chaotic is because it's collapsing. But he's cool as a cucumber, man. Cool as a cucumber. He's not sitting there what you call burping the baby. He's not sitting there just patting the ball, burping the baby. No. He lets it freaking rip. Darn it. Come on. Come on. And if you don't like this film, I don't know what to tell you, bro. I don't know what to tell you. I'm glad y'all are here. Make sure y'all like the channel. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all drop comments. Is Brock Purdy top 5 to y'all? Is he top 10? Let me be more mild. Is he top 10? Drop your comments. Moving. Outside the pocket.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically
let me paint a picture of why I love this.
If you have the big
They're in cover 2, right? Half field safety, middle run through, half field. This corner should be playing high to low. By Brock Purdy scrambling, this cornerback refuses to get his depth because his cornerback's eyes are on the threat of a quarterback scrambling. If Brock Purdy turns his corner, this cornerback gets depth. Cornerback has to show up to make the tackle. By Brock Purdy simply evading the pocket look. Quarterback is contemplating bailing. Brock evades the pocket, cornerback sinks. Leaves a safety on an island. This quarterback should be playing high to low. High to low meaning play the high wide receiver to the low wide receiver. But because Brock Purdy escapes this pocket, this quarterback's like, I don't know what to do. Purdy, make him pay. Great ball. Yo, man. Yo, this film, bro. Just watch film. Not enough people just watch.
Welcome back to First Take. The Miami Dolphins released wideout Tyreek Hill yesterday after a season where he was sidelined for the majority with an injury. Hill injured his knee in week 4, missed the remainder of the season. He's now a free agent for the first time in his career. Now, prior to joining the Dolphins, Hill was part of the Kansas City Chiefs. They restructured Mahomes' contract this week, did the Kansas City Chiefs, lowering his cap number significantly to create over $43 million in salary cap space. Ironically, also, Hill's old teammate Chris Jones of the Chiefs took notice of Hill's recent free agency, tweeted this out at Cheetah. It's time. Okay, so now it feels like all these little breadcrumbs are leading us maybe to the Kansas City Chiefs, as Louis Riddick joins us here on First Take. What team needs Tyreek Hill the most, though, Louis? Is it the Chiefs, or is there someone else?
Yeah, I think it's the Chiefs because not only do they need him, he needs them. He needs this kind of structure. Like, I think one of the reasons why, primarily, is because something that really kind of has
what?
Is to return they didn't say we get back there for a very specific reason. And that's because accountability on that side of the football and the team as a whole really is something that Eric really specializes in. And that's probably one of the biggest influences that he had on this football team that it missed when he was gone. And Tyreek in particular, at this point in his career, but he's going to be 32 years old, coming off of that horrific injury, on an offense that was just hamstrung in so many different ways.
We didn't almost caught that bitch.
A guy like Eric to really get on their rear end and pull out the best of them, that's exactly what Tyreek needs, what this organization needs. And look, on the football field, if he's even 75-80% of what he was before. That's something that they don't have right now. And look, I know Xavier Worthy has the same kind of straight line speed, but Tyreek is different. Before he got hurt, and I was at the game in Miami, we were calling that game against the Jets when he got that knee injury and that dislocation, which is horrific. Before that game, he was still arguably the scariest one-on-one player in the NFL. If he's 75-80% of that, you know what that's going to do for Kansas City's offense? I mean, they're going to, that's something that they will be able to integrate immediately. Eric knows how to use him immediately. Andy knows how to relate to him immediately. Patrick knows what he can get out of Tyreek Hill immediately. And remember this last thing I'll say. Brett Veach tried to re-sign him. They didn't just let him walk to Miami. He wanted to go to Miami. They made him a very competitive offer when he left.
About $5 million difference, right? Like anywhere, it was like Kansas City had about 65, 66 million on the table. He had about Miami offered them 72.
But they wanted him back. badly, and I'm sure at this point that is something, considering Patrick's contract restructuring, that's something they have in mind right now.
Well, listen, he should never have left Kansas City to begin with because you don't leave the great quarterback and he went with Tua. And, you know, unless it's just ridiculously different, you got to play with the great quarterback if you're a wide receiver. Mm-hmm. You're probably right. Now, Rice is good, too. He's good.
Yeah,
the other one,
he is.
He's good, too. Now, you're right. He's probably going to go there.
Oh,
Denver needs
he did a little, he said that nigga too little. What is wrong with these niggas, man?
Have fun with them. Rivalry. Why would they want Hill to go to a team in their own division? Buffalo, they need something to help Allen. Brady's the offensive coordinator. Now he's the head coach. That would help, too. So I thought of those two teams.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, there's a familiarity and the enemy. They'll probably end up there in Kansas City.
That's the thing at this point. When you're talking about veteran players, veteran player acquisition, when guys are kind of like really set in their ways, they kind of establish the method of doing things in their career. When they change teams at that point, usually if they've changed multiple teams, the teams that they wind up being the most productive at are teams that they have some kind of common tie to. Like, for instance, when I was in Washington, we signed London Fletcher as a linebacker in free agency. Greg Williams was our defensive coordinator. Greg had coached London in Buffalo. Many people thought London was done. And Greg said, oh, he absolutely is.
He's running wild on these niggas.
Lush is our defensive line coach. Philip Daniel was a free agent from Chicago at the time. People thought Philip Daniel was a guy who was on the downside of his career. He had a Pro Bowl type of season with us. That's why in Kansas City, it's a perfect match for me.
It is a perfect match. It's a perfect match for a variety of reasons, but one you didn't. It's a perfect match because Tyreek Hill owes. See, when you left, you talked a little smack. Tua's comparable to Patrick Mahomes, and we gonna do this, and we. No. You were wrong. You ain't won a playoff game. You won a Super Bowl in Kansas City. You ain't won a damn playoff game since you left. So guess what? When you take your behind back to Kansas City, you need to apologize first. Man, that was my bad. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that about Patrick Mahomes. I should have said that about this organization. I know where my bread is buttered. That's number one. But the cheetah, man, he is the scariest wide receiver in all of football. When healthy, he's electrifying. He's sensational. All right? So it's not just Kansas City. He'd also be a perfect fit for Buffalo.
Hey, I don't know what else to do, bro. I can't even play this shit.
When you better be out there hustling, trying to get him something. After the job he did today, only in America you can do the job he did and then get promoted. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Okay, coach gets fired, but you get promoted on the same day the coach is fired because of and the job that he did was in part because of what you gave him to work with. It's unbelievable. Where he should be out there trying to get Tyreek Hill. Some more. There's another team that should be trying to get somebody like Tyreek Hill. Obviously, some of these teams, particularly Kansas City, got some cap work to do in order to make it happen. Who knows what Baltimore's situation is? Let me throw this other team out, too. Archie's a bad brother. Keenan out the ball. I get that part. But if you got somebody like Tyreek to spread the field, imagine what that does for Justin Herbert, particularly with Mike McDonald, Mike McDaniel, as your offensive coordinator, who obviously was the head coach for Tyreek Hill these last 3 or 4 years. So all of those things work, but there's no question.
He's not even trying to do something.
Tyreek Hill, they Kansas City. Because you're familiar with it, you're familiar with the coach, you're familiar with the quarterback, and you're familiar with the offensive coordinator. Most importantly, you should have never left. And also, they're smarting off the fact that they didn't even make the playoffs. They won a Super Bowl and missing the playoffs. So all of that, you talk about a team that's hungry, that's out to prove something, and Travis Kelce has not officially retired.
My God.
This might make him stay. This might make it, because let's say this right now. You can't key on Travis Kelce the way that you could if Tyreek Hill's out there better than 80%. You can't do that. And then when you talk about Tyreek Hill, before that was just Tyreek Hill with Travis. Now you would be talking about Tyreek Hill with Rice and Worthy and Travis. Damn. With Patrick Mahomes coming back, you can't see really the best spot. Here's Tyreek Hill. Here's
the rains and pours.
See, and I think we had this discussion earlier about whether or not Kansas City should retool or rebuild. Should they tear it down or just add something? So, like, this isn't a tear down type of situation. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is what I believe will set Kansas City.
Oh my goodness, man!
the year before Patrick took over as the number one quarterback. When Alex Smith had made the Pro Bowl, what was that, 2016, I believe? I think he took over in 17 or 18, one of those two. If they're able to get their hands on someone like Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame,
they find themselves with a lead.
Despite a bit of an it's a wrap. If they can have a run game like that, and get Tyreek Hill, then you've got. See, that's why I'm saying, like, the difference between what were they, 11-0 one-score games 2 years ago? Yeah, and then this year it kind of flipped totally around. It is it's a razor's edge, right? Success, failure in the NFL.
Fair question for you, and to a lesser degree, you.
From the shotgun.
We all know they ain't even.
That nigga came.
Oh, yeah. We're just going to air it out. First, second, third down. All three incompletions, and now brings up fourth down. And barring some crazy decision here to keep your offense on the field, you're going to find yourself right back on the sidewalk.
Williams in motion. Going on first down is Herbert. That is incomplete. Way to force the football in there. Good. Now bring up second down.
The one thing that I call for Andy, other than the fact that he got completely outclassed in football last year against Philadelphia, he had the only time I've ever
to throw is Herbert.
I think he's not.
Man, left side. It's caught.
I said something when everything needs to clear.
And he will dive into the end zone. 73 yards. Touchdown, New Orleans.
I thought that hurt his chance. Is that going to be more the same?
Herbert will lead the offense up. He'll go for two.
I think it's obviously a bit better. I assume at this point.
Shotgun now for Herbert. And he will go down. Doesn't even get a throw. Try for two is unsuccessful. Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. He fields it at the 8. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Very good field position to start as the return is past the 40.
And I think a lot of that also is going to be dictated by the personnel that they have. But they don't want a strong run. They don't have that kind of guy. They don't have that kind of back. And look, and Brett Veach, when I was in Philadelphia, Brett Veach was the one who was responsible for us drafting Rashawn McCoy. He knows how to scout running backs. I know people say, well, yeah, well, how do you do it right every left? Okay, everyone.
Bro, he's not. Okay.
That's his second touchdown this month. And he's got a half dozen for the year. Extra point by Pinheiro is good. Panthers tag on one more to their lead. So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. To return is Hubbard. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
My father was saying, I'm Jonathan Love. They have no running back, never goal. They have a good defense. Our quarterback's going to be good.
On first down, Herbert. Get this complete. It's Williams over the middle. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Got to get him a running game.
Herbert now on first down. Throwing right, it's taken in. And he'll be out of bounds. A pickup, though, of 6. From 41. Here's second down and 4.
It's on one system or another. McDonald's defensive coach.
Send a man in motion right.
Sort of an offensive coach.
Herbert to throw. And he let him a bit too much. Pass is incomplete.
They do a really nice job defensively there, Michael, of not giving him a clear running lane once he broke the pocket. So now he's trying to test his luck, extend this play as a passer, but to no avail.
Here's a third down and 4. Receiver in motion. Going right.
Like you said, Andy Reid is faded. I'm not talking about his skill.
Herbert going to try to throw on third down.
Oh man, I can't do shit, bro.
Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively. It sets up fourth down.
I say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on third down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up fourth down.
As a scout, I was one of the some of these things. I know the defensive play was like. And I know Andy started off the year calling the plays, and then turned it over to Martin because the offense was strong.
Play fake. Now it's Mahomes. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
See this not moving on the sideline, doesn't mean he's going to play right. I mean, he's talking to the offensive line. At some point, when you consider how many bites at the apple that is being supposed to, there's other things that go. I mean, there's other things involved, but the bottom line is that Andy Reid, the perception of him calling the plays, that hurts Eric Bieniemy's chances. 100%. You got to make sure that doesn't happen this go.
It feels like he's got a really good opportunity here. Last year, he's had issues everywhere with drops and their receivers. They were in the bottom half in terms of receiving yards. Their run game wasn't good. Their offense.
They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down.
That's another Panthers first down. I don't need to stand in at the 21-yard line.
Yellow.
As the franchise tag window is now open and each team allowed to tag one unrestricted free agent. So time to play. Tag, you're it. So the Cowboys use their tag on George Pickens. If they can't get a long throw, yeah, of course. This is about asset allocation, though. This is not selling that dollar allocation. No team has two wide receivers averaging over 30 mil per year. I don't think Dallas wants to go there. I'm sure George wants